Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning on this rainy weekend. My name is Chela. I'm your worship associate for today, and I'm honored to be with you all this morning here in this beautiful Santa Monica sanctuary and online. Well, the rain brings us some real dangers. It relieves us of immediate wildfire concerns for a while, and we can be very grateful for that as denizens of the City of Angels. I also want to offer gratitude to those who organize and publicize Trans Day of Remembrance, which happens on or around November 20th each year. Far too many trans people have been killed just for the simple fact of being themselves. We can stop for a moment and honor their lives and grieve their deaths, and we can work towards a better future. Our theme this month is nurturing gratitude. Where do you feel gratitude in your body? Does it have a color? Does it have a tone of voice? Does it whisper? Does it shout? If somebody says they are grateful to you, do you tend to shed those words like water from a rain slicker? I usually do. Why do we do that? I'll tell you what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for this church. At my beloved former partner Maria's Zoom memorial service 4 years ago, Saunders sang a song in Spanish about gratitude that I feel very deep in my heart, and maybe you know this song. Gracias a la vida, que me ha dado tanto. Thanks to life, which has given me so much. As I stand here in front of you all, I know we create this time we have together. We make it, and I am grateful for this moment. This is something about gratitude church helps me remember week after week. Maybe you can find this feeling today. Maybe we can keep it together here today. With all that is going on in our city, our nation, and our world, these moments of gratitude help center us for all the work we want and the work we need to do. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto. Me ha dado el canto de ustedes, que es mi mismo canto, y el canto de todos. Thank you, life. It has given me your song. That is my song as well, which is everyone's song. Come, let us worship together.
Good morning. I'm not quite awake. I am Kikanza-Robins, and it is my pleasure to be the preacher of the morning. We welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Santa Monica, University Universalist Community Congregation or Church / of Santa Monica. We have two names. If you have been coming here all your life, if this is your first time here, if you've been hanging around and decided to finally join us, we are really, really grateful that you are here this morning. And I want to say thank you for everyone who contributes to the worship service, the people who open the doors and vacuum the carpeting and make the coffee and make sure that our congregants who are online get to see us and hear us, that the mics are working, that the little foam thing has been sanitized. All of those things are really important. I went to a concert once, and one of the singers had a spray bottle of sanitizer, and so every time the mic got passed, she sprayed the mic. Even for me, it was a bit much. But we are grateful. We are grateful for so many things, and for each and every one of you who are here this morning with us. We, UUs, are a liberal, progressive, religious movement. This is a place to come for families with mixed spiritualities, if you are a mixed family, because people come from many different faith traditions, What unites us, what binds us together, is our love for community, our commitment to work through our differences so that we can remain a beloved community, and our deep commitment to social justice. So if that fits you in some way, then you know that you're in the right place. And as we move through our service and you join us for cake, we have cake this afternoon, and coffee on the courtyard. Some people just come for the cake, I know that. You may find that this is your home as well. I came here about 15 years ago to hide out, and people wouldn't stop talking to me. I wanted a place where I could worship and no one would expect anything of me because they didn't know me. And it didn't occur to me that I was one of the few black faces in the pew, so I kind of stood out. But it truly has become home for me, and I am deeply, deeply grateful for that. We occupy land that originally and still is inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tatabiam, Serrano, Keats, and Chumash peoples. I went to a fundraiser not long ago, and I was sitting at the table with the Tongva people. And so I got to talk to them, and they said, yeah, we're still here. No, we're not ghosts. And it was lovely to hear about the history from people who held that history in their heart. And so we honor and pay respect to the elders and the descendants, past, present, and emerging, of the people who occupied this land first, as they continue their stewardship of these lands and these waters. And we remember that we are guests here. So we light the chalice this morning with words from Meister Eckhart, who is a 13th century mystic. I'm looking for the lighter. Okay. He says, if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough.
Now let us sing our opening hymn. This is 1053, and your teal hymnals, How Could Anyone? Oh, please rise in body or in spirit.
Anyone ever tell you were anything less
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve humankind in fellowship, thus do we covenant with each other. El amor es la enseñanza de esta iglesia. Buscar la verdad es su sacramento y el servicio es la oración. Vivir juntos en paz, buscar el conocimiento en la libertad, servir a la humanidad en comunión. Así es como convenimos unos a otros.
Good morning. My name is Jessica Tenhave Place. I'm the Director of Multi-Generational Religious Education here. And now is the time when some of our helpers in the corner are going to help us collect donations for the Westside Food Bank. So if you have a donation with you, please raise your hand, and someone will come to bring a bag over to you to bring that to the front. Distributing our bags. It's so important that we continue to give to the Westside Food Bank during this time of need for so many in our community. We all feel the press of hard times in different ways, and it's so important as we talk about expressing gratitude today for the gratitude of what we have to be an outpouring of what we can share with others. So I see Holly getting some food. We got Zia around the back there. Here comes Eloise. There's some folks in the front. She can help out. It's also important that we teach our children that service is an important aspect of our faith and spiritual path here. So this is one of the ways that our kids help out in service. All right, Emerson's got some mac and cheese for us. So we got some apple juice, cereal, all great things to contribute to the Westside Food Bank. So thank y'all. Bring that down to the front. We got a great crowd today. And if we can start to find our seats on the steps, we'll have our time for all ages in just a moment. I'll meet you down there. Thanks again to everyone for helping us collect bigger and bigger collections for the Westside Food Bank. They need it right now, so thanks for rising to the challenge. All right, let's all come take a seat. Welcome, guys. Come on up. How are we all doing today? Sleepy, maybe. That's okay. I feel that sometimes. These rainy days, a little harder to get out of bed sometimes. So I'm very appreciative of all of you who made it here today. Yeah, I'm up on the stool, but you can sit at the step that's right by me. Your mom will help you there. So glad to see so many friends here today. And I have a story to share from the Arab world. So it's a folk tale shared throughout many countries, from Egypt to Syria to Iraq. There's a traditional folk character whose name is Goha, and he's known as the wise fool. We see a lot of these kind of characters in mythology throughout the world, and so this is one of the stories about him. So let's all listen carefully, because I want to see what lesson we think this story is teaching. So, once upon a time, Goha lost his beloved donkey. Oh no. We're getting ready for our pageant soon. Who can make a donkey sound? We need I guess in LA, not a lot of us have met donkeys, but but they were really important in Goha's world to be like losing your car. So he's walking around, and so he's searching the countryside for his donkey, looking everywhere. And as he went, he was saying really happily and cheerfully, "Thanks be to God. Thanks be to God for my lost donkey. Thank you for my lost donkey." And so someone came up to Goha, and they stopped him and said, "Goha, why would you thank God that you lost your donkey?" And Goha smiled and said, "If I had been riding the donkey, I too would now be lost. So thanks be to God, it is only my donkey that's unable to find his way home." So what, we're all listening to the story. What lesson do you think it's trying to teach us? What do you think?
That things can get worse.
True. That's one way to look at it. Things can get worse. The wisdom of a pessimistic viewpoint is not to be, shaken off. What do you think, Zia?
Well, I think that one of the lessons is probably if something gets lost, be happy that you aren't lost too. Be happy that you are a person.
Yeah.
Object.
Yeah, be happy you're a person, not an object. Yeah, what do you think, Vivian?
I think it's to always look on the bright side. Yeah, that's it.
I love that because it really is two sides of the same coin, what you guys were sharing, that it's things could get worse. That's one way to look at it. But you can look on the bright side of, at least I'm not lost. So I love that. Every good story has lots of lessons you can take from it. And I think this story tells us it's important to be thankful for what we do have, even when things aren't going so great. So like, maybe you can't afford to go out and eat at a restaurant, and that's a bummer. But you can be thankful if you have food to eat at home. Or maybe even you get sick, but you can be grateful that you have people there to help take care of you. And so we can't always change our circumstances, but we can change our perspectives in a way that can help us. And I think an important part about having a perspective of gratitude is that it also helps us grow our compassion. Because when I can look and be thankful for what I do have, like, let's say that one, oh, I can't go out to this fancy restaurant. Oh, but I have this food at home that I'm grateful for. That might remind me, there's some people who don't even have food at home to eat. And so that makes me think, well, I can take my extra can of beans and bring it for the food bank, right? And so when we're open to gratitude, I think it also helps us grow love and compassion in our hearts. So we're going to go off to the cottage, our whole crew. We're going to learn. We've been going through the religions of the world. Today we're on Islam, so that's what we're going to learn about. So let's all head out to the cottage while we sing our song.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you as you go on your way. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you as you go on your way.
Now I know we can be grateful for Jessica and our wonderful children and youth in this congregation. You may or may not be grateful for all the announcements I'm about to just unload upon you. The first announcement is do please silence your cell phones for the service. Your ringtone is wonderful, I'm sure, but maybe not best shared at the moment. Our church is honored to welcome all visitors. Please find out more about our faith at the in-person First Sunday Visitor Meetup, which is first Sunday of each month after the service. The next one at the beginning of December will be upstairs in Forbes Hall, most likely, but stay tuned for changes in location. Bring your questions and find out more about us. We also have a visitor table after the service where you can find out more. One of the many, many and seemingly unending announcements from the Ministerial Search Committee. We are thrilled and thankful to know that about 115 of you have filled out your survey. I know we all have been surveyed to death in this life. I'm sorry. But we have totally double-checked. It is completely anonymous, and it really will help us help you. So we get a ministerial candidate that most matches what people are talking about for their hopes. Yes. Today is the last day. Yes, no, I was getting there. Yes. Today is the last day. I was not going to skip that, Cassie. Oh, no. This is the last day to fill out the survey. We also have a small group meeting today. So after this time period, we're going to be compiling everything and opening up a congregational profile, which will be something that ministerial candidates will look at. Just so you know, and we're happy to talk to you more about this, the UUA process that we are officially involved in, and this is a UU association process, means that, and this is a process developed over time, that the search committee will use all the preferences that you select in the survey and all the preferences we've recorded in the small group conversations. We will select, interview, and ultimately settle on a great match for our congregation. And then in April, you will all meet this match. And then you will vote in April on whether to accept that match as a settled minister in our church. So stay tuned as the search committee takes a pause to sort through the responses and create our beautiful congregational profile, which should be up in the new year. We will be at a table in Forbes Hall today, so come ask us questions. And we have paper surveys, and you can also fill it out online, but today will be the day. So, other announcements, OWL, or Our Whole Lives Sexuality Education for 7th through 9th graders, is taking sign-ups now. I did it as a UU youth, and woo! That's all I got to say. Very, very useful. There is a QR code online, and you can talk to our RE leaders to find out more about registration. Our craft fair and our Thanksgiving feast is next weekend, so be there or be square after the service. The religion and emotion class is on the 19th on Zoom, taught by Dr. Franz Metcalf. It's a Zoom meeting, a great speaker on the topic. You can find out more online. And even if you haven't been to other meetings, they're created to be kind of individual sessions, and you're welcome to join and think about religion and emotion together. So we're going to enter a time to greet your neighbor, a very popular moment. Please listen for Ryan's piano playing to bring us back into a time of shared silence and listening to various voices in the congregation. So greet your neighbor, whether you have never met them before or you've known them for years.
Keep your heart wide open, though the waves want to push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground.
I'm gonna keep
your heart
I'm gonna keep
wide
I'm gonna keep my heart open.
Though the
waves
want to push you around.
Though the waves wanna push you around.
You gotta
I'm
keep
gonna keep
your
I'm
heart
gonna keep
wide
I'm gonna keep my heart
till your
open. Till
faith
my faith
brings you back
brings me back.
to solid
Till
ground.
my faith brings me back to solid ground.
Keep
I'm gonna
your
keep
heart
I'm gonna
wide
I'm gonna keep my heart open.
your heart open. Push your heart you around.
Your heart
Gotta keep your heart wide open. Till your faith brings you back to solid ground. Keep your heart wide open. Push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open. Keep your heart open. Your heart solid ground. Keep your heart wide open, though the waves want to push you around. You gotta keep your heart wide open till your faith brings you back to solid ground.
In the spirit of our monthly theme, thank you. So this is the time for us to come together as a community to share our joys and sorrows. So I looked online and looked through my email, and I didn't see any notices that were letting me know that you had something to pray for, to meditate on, to share with the community. So I remind you that this is a place, either through pastoral care or directly to the minister or even to the office, to let folks know this is going on in my life, this is going on in community, and we would like the energy of the community focused on it. centered around it. The one sorrow that I know is that Patricia Brassard, who was known in our community as Trish, died this week. She died surrounded by family and friends. Reverend Jeremiah is going to be officiating her service, and we don't have details yet, but they will be coming because we are all invited. So today, I invite you to remember and give thanks for the life of Trish and for her contribution to this community. We also offer our deep condolences to her family and to the many friends, most of whom are sitting right here in the congregation. We know that folks were at the hospital, sitting with her, praying with her, talking with her, reading to her, sharing your many gifts of care and concern. And we are grateful that all of that doesn't fall on the shoulders of one person, but each of us rises up and offers comfort when it's needed. So this is November. We are officially into the holiday season. I can tell because every TV station I turn to is ringing jingle bells. The next one coming up is Thanksgiving. And so we think about the things for which we can give thanks. And I would invite you this morning during our period of meditation to think about your losses, to think about the things for which you are grieving, to think about the lamentation that you would offer for this community to hold, as well as to think about your appreciations and acknowledgement and the things for which you might say thank you, or the people to whom you might say thank you. So it is not impossible to hold them both in the same vessel. So your loss and your grief, your acknowledgments and your appreciation, it's all part of life. And it's all reasons that we come together as community to share. Because as each of us picks up our sack of rocks or lays it down because it is just too heavy, there is someone there who can help us to sort through those rocks, to carry the bag for us, or just to sit with us as we rest. So let us take these few moments to rest in community, knowing that we are resting within a circle of love. pretty easy to say those words, thank you. It's one of the first phrases that we teach children to say. After mama and daddy, our kids learn please, thank you, and sorry. Thank you is a social grace. It's also a cultural tradition, and it can be a spiritual practice. Now, when I was a kid, writing thank you notes was a very important activity in our home. We kids were not allowed to use a gift, whether it was a longed-for toy or socks, until we had written our thanks to the giver. Thank you notes for socks and underwear were the hardest to write. I still write thank you notes. I write thank you notes for gifts, thank you notes for dinner in the home of a friend, thank you notes to the host of an evening out or to a friend who gifted me with their guest room. I try to write thank you notes whenever someone has extended themselves to me. Sometimes I write thank you notes for the thank you notes because I really do like them. I save them, I put them up around the house because I am lucky that many of my friends value thank you notes as well. Thank you notes and good handwriting. These are icons of the boomer generation. I have a friend who's a writer, and his thank you notes are beautifully crafted novellas. First, exquisite stationery, beautiful penmanship, and then a description of the evening that I may have hosted that makes me wonder sometimes if I had even been there. Saying thank you is a big deal in American culture. The most common ways we say thank you are prayers before meals, and then you may be getting ready for this, the I am grateful recitations before the Thanksgiving feast. Thank you is such a big deal that award shows have time limits on the thank yous that the award winners get. And then thank you notes get critiqued in the newspaper for how well and appropriately the winner thanked God, thanked their spouse, and thanked their coworkers. Some of you, boomers, may remember when Paul Simon won a Grammy for his first solo album. Simon thanked Stevie Wonder, who had won in that category for several years in a row. Simon thanked Stevie Wonder for not putting out an album that year. As a cultural norm, thank you can be meaningless. It can even be a lie. Just like when someone says, how are you? And they don't mean it, or they don't stop to say, to listen to how you are. Or when they say, have a good day, it's just something that you say. Thank you takes on deeper meaning after you distinguish in your own mind if your appreciation is for the thing or for the intent. Now, I belong to an organization where gifts are routinely given to guests and to officers. At an officer's orientation, we were told to practice our thank yous. So first of all, you open the box like it was a long, sought-after treasure. Smile as if this is the one item on earth that will ensure your happiness forever. And then don't re-gift it to anyone in the organization. Now, many cultures and religions have rituals around giving thanks at meals. My favorite is in a home where before eating, the mom would say, wait, rub-a-dub-dub. And then the dad and the 6-year-old would say, thanks for the grub. And then everyone, especially the 2-year-old, would throw up their hands and say, yay, God. Now, other homes, a bit more formal, thank your mother for the food. And then there's a blessing over the food, and bless the hands that prepared it, bless all that gave life so that we may eat. And then in other homes, there are traditions of reciting the blessings as the hands are washed, then as the first glass of wine is sipped, then another for the bread as it's broken, and then finally a prayer when the meal is over. And sometimes that prayer is, please, God, no indigestion tonight. So, religious traditions offer thank you as spiritual offerings to the gods. Outsiders may call it a sacrifice to the gods when the young and the pure are offered up. And so, what do you offer up? First fruits of the harvest, small animals that you can catch, and virgins. So, churches, boy, you were slow on that one. No, I can't stop. Churches ask for tithes and offerings as symbols of your gratitude. You like it here? Put some money in the plate. There's a UU song, we don't sing it here, thank goodness. And some of the lyrics go, from you I receive, to you I give, together we share, from this we live. Okay. They do that in RA? Yeah, well, that's why I don't go to the cottage. There's a Christian hymn that says, you can't beat God's giving no matter how you try. The more you give, the more you receive. Now, just on the surface, there's nothing wrong with these lyrics, but to me, it sounds like the underlying belief is that if we give, we will get. And I wonder, is that part of generosity? Is that part of the value for gratitude? I'm grateful that I can give because I'm going to get something back. Now, in the Baha'i faith, giving is considered to be such a privilege that you have to be a member in order to give money to the faith. So you may really like your Baha'i friends and like what they're doing in building the Baha'i community around the world, but you really like hanging out and singing with your Baptist congregation, but you can't contribute money unless you are a member, unless you are fully committed. New members, take note. Now, thank you as a spiritual practice can be gratitude, or it could be penance. It could be a form of meditation. It could be a habit now that becomes a meaningful ritual. Gratitude as a spiritual discipline is designed to connect to the giver's intent, to see beyond the gift, to be able to accept with grace something that you may not want or that you cannot use. It's to be grateful for something that may even offend your sense of good taste, that makes work for you, like you're cooking dinner and preparing for 12 people to come for dinner, and somebody comes with flowers that have to be trimmed, and you have to find a vase, and you have to arrange the flowers because they want to see them, and they want you to stop everything that you're doing in order to put the flowers out, and you have to say thank you for that. Or you have to say thank you for something that's going to cost you money. I've seen people give vanity license plates as gifts, not remembering or realizing that every year when the car is registered, there's an extra $50 that the owner of the plates has to pay in order to keep the vanity plates. So, this giving thing gets complicated. True gratitude requires stepping outside of your ego, connecting to your value for the giver, not the thing that they're giving. So if you don't like the giver, it makes it really hard to make this a spiritual practice. It requires a willingness to be vulnerable, to have your boundaries violated sometimes, to see that the greater gift may be in your allowing others to help you or to give something to you. A deeper spiritual practice is receiving kindness, especially when you don't think that you deserve it, or you feel that it's going to leave you in debt, or you have to admit that you actually need something, or, again, it's something you don't want. Gratitude as a spiritual practice is rooted in awareness. It begins with paying attention to the people who want to love you, who want to show you that they love you. Paying attention to the things that stop you in your tracks because it is so beautiful, so wonderful, so touching that you have to say, thank you. Just whisper to the universe, thank you. Gratitude as a spiritual practice is grounded in humility because it acknowledges that we are not self-sufficient. We receive not because we're so great or because we deserve it, but because we are so loved. To be grateful is to admit our dependence. It softens pride. It nurtures a heart that can receive as well as give. One common practice of gratitude is the ritual of writing in a gratitude journal. It's often suggested as a counter to losses. Well, I lost this, I lost this, I lost this. At least I have, and for these things, I'm grateful. Gratitude as a spiritual practice is also a daily practice, or it can be. It can be practiced through prayer or meditation or journaling, expressing gratitude in meaningful ways and taking some actions that shows that you have generosity of heart and that you are grateful for what you have been given. So why? Why would gratitude be a spiritual practice? For some, it's to counter fear and anxiety. Fear may focus on scarcity. Gratitude may center on abundance. Anxiety may anticipate what might go wrong. Gratitude rests in what is right now. Gratitude can be a spiritual antidote to discontent and despair, teaching that you are and that you will have enough. Over time, gratitude may open you to joy and compassion and generosity. It may reorient your heart from entitlement to wonder, from complaint to praise. And yet, I am the first to affirm that it is possible to hold both, and that gratitude is not necessarily an antidote for these things. For some people it is, for others it's not. It is possible to be truly grateful and absolutely miserable at the same time. Henry Nouwen says that gratitude as a discipline involves a conscious choice. We can choose to be grateful even when our emotions are steeped in hurt and resentment. There's something for which we can be grateful. Being grateful as a spiritual practice requires that you do have some clearly guarded boundaries, like when and from whom you receive hugs. Being clear about what absolutely is not okay, even though someone wants to give it to you, that is not okay. Like, don't bring me a puppy. Just don't. And remembering that you don't have to set yourself on fire to keep other people warm. Thank you means that I see what you did. I acknowledge you for remembering me. Thank you could also mean I really like this. I understand your intent. I value what this gift or this gesture symbolizes. Thank you as a spiritual practice means being a conscious and gracious receiver. Saying thank you for things that you don't want, and remembering that allowing people to give to you may be the exact gift that they need and want. So if you're considering making your gratitude a spiritual practice, notice for what you are grateful. Consider who or what is the object of your gratitude, and think about big things and those small moments that take your breath away. Then you want to create your own ritual of thanks. When I'm through with something and I throw it away, I say thanks to the empty toothpaste tube, to the spoiled, uneaten food that I've dragged out of the refrigerator, to the scraps of fabric that I can't use for another project and have to throw them away. I pause and I say thank you. Thank you for the abundance. Thank you for the moment. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the fresh breath. you need to find opportunities for paying it forward. For example, when you're leaving a parking lot, you can pay for the person behind you. When you're at a counter buying your food, you can pay for the person who's behind you. So they're gone, you're gone by the time they realize that someone has paid for them. And so it's an opportunity to say thank you to the universe by helping or offering giving to a particular person who can't say thank you in return. You want to notice how you receive kindness. Notice how you receive love. You may take it in, but do you express your gratitude? Do you show an acknowledgement or an appreciation in a way that's meaningful to the person who is giving? You want to look for more opportunities for when you can say, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your love. Thank you for making space for me. Thank you for making me feel important. Thank you for seeing me and letting me know that you care. Thank you.
And thank you, Reverend Kikanza. Before I launch into our time of offering, I do have a late-breaking joy to share. Gerald, it's his birthday soon. Raise your hand, Gerald. Yeah. Tell him happy birthday now. He's heading out on a trip for a couple months, but he'll be back in the new year. So, oh, Larry. Today is Larry's wife Laura's birthday. I know that she is in all of our hearts, so thank you, Larry, for sharing that, and yeah. So, your offering today goes to support the work of multiple groups in the church. For example, the Minister Search Team, Green Living, Animal Ministry, and more. When you give a generous congregation pledge to this church as a whole, you are trusting our lay leaders, our board, our minister to build and to share needs and priorities with what you have offered. In addition, half of our Sunday offering this month goes to a community organization. This month, we'll share our Sunday offering with United American Indian Involvement. The UAII promotes the physical, behavioral, and spiritual well-being of American Indians and Alaska Native communities in urban LA, while preserving their cultures and their traditions. This group has been in LA since 1974. They have programs for youth, for families, and for individuals, and they have been active in emergency shelters for fire victims from the January fires. We invite you today to contribute in whatever way feels right for you. Ways to give are displayed on the slide behind me. All the ways of receiving support are gratefully accepted. Cash or checks can be placed in the offertory bags that are going to be passed around shortly. Thank you for all you give, monetarily, through your time, through your care, through your volunteerism here at church and beyond. The ushers are invited to come forward. Your offering is gratefully received.
Hello, good morning. We perform today's offertory anthem in remembrance of trans lives and with gratitude to the trans artists who have created it. This is Wondrous Glow by composer Mari Isabel Valverde and poet Amir Rabia.
Shelter
Please rise in body or in spirit for our closing hymn. This is from our new hymnal, Sing Out Loud.
So, Mr. Music Director, we have one bit of business to take care of before we do the closing hymn.
Okay.
These folks are sitting on the front row. They only came for this part of the service. That's quite all right. Church membership is important for many reasons. It means that our congregation is indeed welcoming, and it is vital and growing because it offers something. We are a great place for families with mixed faith traditions. We are a great place for people with no spiritual traditions. We are a good place for seekers of all kinds because we offer community. We offer a place to belong and grow. We offer opportunities for learning about ourselves and others. We offer opportunities to serve communities of the world, and we are a beacon of social justice. Today, we affirm who we are by welcoming 4 new members into our congregation and our community. And I have to admit, I just looked at the names this morning, and I have to say to 2 of you, what took you so long? So at this point, I invite our congregational president, Vilma Ortiz, and our membership committee members, Gretchen Getz and Ann Briggins, to join me on the chancel.
Our new members. And I would like to invite our new members up to the chancel also. James Buck, Matt Conrad, Roy Patience, and Maddie Van Beek. Yay.
Whose glasses are these?
Oh, those would be
All right, I just don't want to knock them down. So, welcome. we are so glad that you have chosen to become one of us. We are happy that you are becoming members of this historic community, and we are honored to walk with you on this portion of your spiritual journey. When you join a UU congregation, you're joining with the ancestors of our tradition who advance the light of liberal religion in our world, and you are claiming your own agency to make a difference for social justice and progressive spirituality. Being a Unitarian Universalist also means that you've made the choice to place liberating love at the center of your life and to join with others who've done the same, to live out our liberal religious values and to help transform the world.
Okay, I would like to introduce each of these new members with bios that they have written. After your bio is read, you can come, oops, we need to open it. Come sign the new member book right here. So I do have your bios. So first, I would like to introduce James Buck. Woo! James is a humanitarian philanthropist. Oh, no, photojournalist. I need my glasses. Where did my It'll be really helpful if I wear my glasses for the... Okay, I'm going to start over. Yeah, I know. Like aspirations for you. Okay. James is a humanitarian photojournalist who grew up in Saudi Arabia and New England. His UU values carry him all over the world in every kind of human crisis to shed light on suffering and uplift people to action. His spiritual practices draw from pagan, Muslim, and a 12-step and Buddhist recovery traditions. He recently moved to LA from Burlington, Vermont, where he was a UU member, and he's eager to connect with new people. Yay! Welcome. Next, James Conrad. James is a published author. Matt Conrad, and I'm wearing my glasses. Okay, I'm going to start over on this one too. Matt Conrad, yeah. Okay. Matt Conrad is a published author, a TEDx speaker coach, a USC film graduate, a former motion picture packaging assistant, and he's currently working on his second book and a documentary film while coaching kids in speech and debate competitions. He was born in Pittsburgh and raised Catholic in the Chicago suburbs. He first read about Unitarian Universalism in his 20s and attended several services at UU Studio City. In contrast to Catholic scandals, what Matt appreciates most about Unitarian Universalism is that it's honest and inclusive. He also just completed his first 50-mile ride with the La Grange Bike Club and was selected for inclusion in Marquis' Who's Who in America. And here you can sign. And now you'll be happy to know Anne's going to read the other two bios.
Roy, I hope I do well with this. We'll give it my best shot. So many of you know, Roy Patience, we just celebrated your birthday. And now this. We're so great to have you here today. Roy grew up in the Episcopal Church in rural Florida. His older brother was a priest in the church for over 40 years. Roy's adult life was consumed by raising two amazing children with his late wife, Veronica. He spent 30 years in the aerospace industry working on highly technical equipment that no one else has ever seen. Now he spends time with his photography. Do you not have your camera around your neck at this moment? Yay. Roy writes, "My darling Natalie, brought me to UUSM, and I have never experienced such a loving and compassionate group of people. I am so honored to be part of UUSM." We're honored to have you. And last, we have Maddie Van Beek, who we are thrilled to have up here. Maddie moved to LA and began attending UUSM last summer. I think it was actually the summer before last.
I don't know.
Something.
Not this most recent summer, but the summer before that.
All right, you got all that? Yeah. She was born not too far from here in Laguna Beach, but spent the first 14 years of her life in Singapore before moving to New York for high school. She attended Middlebury College in Vermont, where she studied film and computer science. Now, she works as a set production assistant and tutors math. At UUSM, she is a bright and shining star on the membership committee. And she helps lead high school RE. She is thrilled to be a member of a multi-generational community united by love and shared values. Congratulations.
Excuse me. So, welcome to our community. On behalf of the entire UUSM congregation and board, I welcome you to membership of our community and express our joy that you have decided to officially join us. Together, we form a community that covenants to support one another, and we strive to act with love in relations with one another and with all people. We strive to search for truth and meaning and work for peace and justice in the world. These are acts of hope, service, and commitment. We welcome you wholeheartedly and eagerly anticipate the new experiences and perspectives that you bring. Are you ready to join us in creating our beloved community? If so, please say, "We are." We are. Thank you. And now to the congregation. Will you welcome these new members and show them the power of this place? Will you work together with them in siding with love as we strive for peace and justice? Will you offer them care and comfort as they join us on our journey toward building a loving community and a better world? If so, please say, "We will." We will. Thank you.
On behalf of the membership committee, I know you guys were crowded with your bags there and probably know everything that is in them already, but we have gift bags for you. The bags include a welcome book, which is a little history of how Unitarian Universalism has been spreading love and justice for 500 years. We hope it provides not only inspiration, but can help you talk to your family and friends about the church that you joined today. There's also a chalice and a candle to brighten the path before you. You've become full partners. I know many of you, there's so many of you, have already been working with the congregation and have been here for a while. But you are now all full partners in working with us to bring more love and more justice to the world. Our community is now more than it was. And I want to say, it may be a small group, but it is such a wonderful, beautiful, mighty group that we're so happy to welcome you.
So unlike the Baha'is, we'll take your money whether you're a member or not. It is also possible to join into the community and become a part of committees and to serve one another and get to know us a little better before you make that commitment, although some of you did take a very long time. Not mentioning any names. So to you all, may you experience this day as a blessing on your life's journey. May we be blessed by your presence among us in the days and weeks and years to come. To celebrate your membership in this beloved community, there will be cake. Cake and coffee in Forbes Hall following the service, and happy birthday. So it's, yeah, those of you who are celebrating birthdays, your cake is birthday cake. Thank you to the membership committee for all the work that you have done to make this day possible. And so I invite you all to stay up here on the chancel, and the singers come on up here. We're going to sing together, and then we're going to go out. The sun's shining now, so we can go out on the patio, and you all can come out and shake hands and welcome them into our congregation, into our circle of love before you get your cake and coffee. Did I cover everything? Yeah, okay. And so let me do a quick thank you now. Thank you to Liz and Aubrey and Mia who keep the technology going. Thank you to Tom who opened the doors. Thank you to musicians. Thank you to the greeters and ushers. Thank you to the coffee makers and the cake cutters. Thank you to, who else? Oh, our worship associate. Thank you to Chela. Thank you to everyone who helped to make this, Jessica and the folks in the cottage, everyone who helped to make this service so wonderful. Thank you all.
Let us now rise in body or in spirit and sing our closing hymn. This is from our new hymnal, Sing Out Love, written by our Black Lives UU community minister, Reverend Michael Slack. This is May I Be Light. We will sing it once to introduce the tune to you, and then I will invite you to join us the second time we sing it.
Take the light and fire of this chalice into your heart and go out in the world and make a difference.